Welcome back, everybody, to the Buffalo Bulls Dynasty in Season 4. We open conference play today against the Uconn Huskies, who won this conference against us 2 years ago. We're coming off our first loss of the year against number 7 Michigan, but I come out of that game feeling really good about our offense and what David Ogbonna was able to do in that game. There were some plays he missed, but he kept us in the game. Everyone was curious what would happen if we had to play a game where the running game was shut down. The offense did not crumble. We made a lot of great plays and almost pulled off the upset. And I expect this offense to keep getting better throughout the season as players get more experience and we find more things that we do well. We've changed things up with the offense, and I'm still figuring things out every week as I try to get this team back to the MAC championship once again. The road there begins now against a very strong Uconn team on paper, one of the better defenses we'll see for sure in the conference. They come in a little banged up offensively, missing their top right tackle and their top 2 running backs, meaning they'll have to start a third string option. If you're enjoying the Buffalo Bulls Dynasty, please subscribe to the channel, and if you wouldn't mind leaving a like on the video, that would be a big help in the YouTube algorithm and help support this series. Let's get into our 4th game of the year, opening MAC play, and we are getting the football first as the offense tries to pick up where they left off a week ago. And it's taken by Tyree Carmona to the 19-yard line. We failed to score in the second half against Michigan, but still moved the football and had chances late to tie the game. Opening with Enrique Trejo, the star receiver, in motion. And it's a run. D'Angelo Meyer off tackle and across the 25 gains 8. We had 32 rushing yards against Michigan last week. I'd like a few more today. Play action, dumped off, and room to run for Meyer, flying his way to the 47-yard line, 20 yards. Turning simple plays like that into big gains helped us against Michigan, and that needs to be a big part of the offense. Starting with the focus on Meyer, and now a throw from Ogbonna into a tight window, and Trejo hauls it in. At the 42, swing screen, and this is Joshua Bloom for a first down and more. And early on, Buffalo hitting big plays to 2 of their running backs in the passing game. It's a red zone trip, throwing the pop pass at Ebiketie, who can't hold on to it. 3rd and 9 for the Bulls. Uconn bluffs the pressure, and Ogbonna puts it up. A jump ball for Sean Blade. He can't come down with it. And it's an opening drive field goal try. Morgan Scarborough puts it through, and the Bulls take a 3-0 lead. The defense didn't have too many answers against Michigan and really struggled to contain the run with their physical offensive line. Michigan ran it over 40 times on us. That's where Uconn begins with the 3rd string running back, Earl Ware. Gains 2. He wears number 29. Lane DeMarco hands to him again, and that is Leon Edmond making the tackle, forcing Uconn into a pass situation. 3rd and 6, pressure on, but dumped off incomplete. Earl Ware picks up the first down. DeMarco is a junior quarterback, very solid all-around player who gets this pass away, avoiding the loss and getting 3. But Buffalo getting them into some difficult 3rd downs. DeMarco chased, gets away from Gatto, and finds an open receiver right at midfield. And it's Avery Hillhouse. We didn't see the pass rush be the same strength against Michigan last week. Hopefully that can return, as DeMarco is stuffed. And Uconn continues to face challenging 3rd downs. Now they need 11. Out of the pocket and wrapped up for the sack by Jermichael Humphreys. And Buffalo will get off the field. We go with an alternate uniform set today, the gray jerseys and the blue pants. This drive opens a quick screen, and Enrique Trejo picks up a first down, coming off a 100-yard effort against the Wolverines. Here's Ogbonna getting away from the heavy pressure and turning it up. A lot of contact there. He gets a couple. Very good at working away from some of that disruption. Third down now for Ogbonna, rolling to his right and complete. Getting the first down, Rashad Ebiketie. Good patience to let him find some open field to work with. Now a give, and Meyer tries to cut it to the right. Not much there. Now it's the Uconn defense trying to get off the field. Protection is good. Pass is caught. First down, Austin Harris on the crossing route into Uconn territory. It's misdirection. Flip to Trejo. Gets by the end into open space as he gains 9. We're trying to get more creative on offense. 2nd and 1, and Meyer will just have the first down. Good competitive effort from this run defense, though. And now Ogbonna leaves the pocket and goes down inside the 25. Sean Blade is the third receiver, and he comes in motion. He gets a block from Meyer and breaks outside, converting a 3rd and 3. That block by Meyer was essential. Now to the 19. It's a keeper. Space for Ogbonna to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls. I really wanted to see us utilize the legs of David Ogbonna. We don't have all of this receiving talent that we once did. That's why we're relying more on RPOs, screens, the option game. We have to use all these different tools, and it's all made stronger by this offensive line. 10-0 Buffalo in the second quarter as DeMarco throws it over the middle. It's a gain of 4. They run Ware up the middle, and there is the explosive Antoine Gatto. Not much in the running game, and can't connect the mid-screen on 3rd down. Quick drive for the Huskies. All Buffalo early on. D'Angelo Meyer. Not a ton there. Uconn clogging these running lanes really well. Play action now, and over the middle, that's Oscar McNabb. Had some great moments and some not so great moments last week. 3rd down, it's Trejo. They get space on the outside, and he moves the sticks. We're relying more and more on these RPOs. Inside give, and some space for Meyer, but it closes quickly. Already 10 carries, but only 23 yards. Uconn, unblocked defender off the edge, and Ogbonna takes the sack. Keontae Jackson. As the Huskies get it back and try to find some offense. Play action, DeMarco, open man, couldn't secure it, and a flag is down. And it's against Uconn for a hold. Buffalo backs the offense up. Give to Ware, has space to the outside, and the tackle's made by Kalen Meekins. 3rd down and 7 Uconn. Pressured inside. At the sideline, it's caught, but shy of the marker. Uconn just not picking up many first downs in this half as they continue to punt it back to the Bulls. And here's McNabb. Took a kick to the house last week, and a nice return across the 35. Gives the ball back to the offense. And they go with a 2 tight end approach here in the pistol, trying to power through in the running game. D'Angelo Meyer wrapped up and nothing's there. So like a week ago, this is forcing Buffalo a little more toward the pass. Good protection. Caught by McNabb into Husky territory. Lost it at the end, but was the knee down. Buffalo challenges and wins. They retain possession with less than 3 minutes to go. It's D'Angelo Meyer. Now finds space on the outside, but isn't forcing the missed tackles he often does. 32 yards now for him. Good protection again. Ogbonna throws a strike. Grabbed by Trejo at the 26. This line continues to give him clean pockets. And Meyer now getting a few more. Split safety defense. They bring Trejo across. Throw it to him. And he gains 4 yards, giving him 5 catches on the day. 3rd and short for Buffalo. They throw the screen, and first down, Sean Blade. I think the RPOs, especially on these third downs, make it really tough on defenses. New set of downs for Buffalo as they just dump it off and all over Ebiketie. Ball's on the ground. Recovered by the Huskies. This was a tight end screen, but he didn't really have any blocking in front. And that second hit jars it loose. What a hit that was. And then just failing to recover. What is it about the tight end position with this team? 10-0, Uconn catches a big break and can't catch the football with a nice hit delivered by Byron Gammon. Second down, contested, but this time held on to. Timeout Huskies, still have 34 seconds. DeMarco pressured and hit to the ground. Second sack for Buffalo, that's Troy Hodell. And with that, UConn's going to be content just letting the clock run to halftime as the Bulls pitch a first half shutout, but only put 10 points on the board. UConn's defense has been tough, and for the second week in a row, the run game isn't really moving the ball the way we need it to. But the Huskies only have 2 third down conversions. They average under 3 yards a play. I think we can have one of the better defenses in the MAC this year, and certainly from a pass rushing perspective, it looks like we could already be there. Can they continue to punish this UConn offense? We get into the second half. Huskies with the football. And they head to the air. It's Lane DeMarco. He's looking deep and has a receiver. Amari Reyna on one play takes it 81 to the house. Nothing else worked in the first half, so why not take a chance downfield? And they get one-on-one here with Matteo Buffelli. We know he is not the guy you want covering 15-plus yards downfield. And unfortunately, teams continue to target this senior corner. 10-7 as McNabb handles the return and cuts it back, has the angle, and sprints across the 40. And for the second week in a row, Oscar McNabb has a kick return touchdown. When I saw how fast he was during the offseason, it was an immediate sigh of relief that even if he's not quite the level of receiver Braylon Staley is, he has that same explosiveness. 17-7, right back to where it started here in the third quarter with a 10-point game. UConn facing 3rd and 6. They head to the air. There's pressure on DeMarco, and that is short of the mark. Again, Buffalo creating pressure, and they get the football back. That's Josh Bloom at running back, gets the carry, and he's got open field ahead of him, close to the first down. We're continuing to manage that workload for D'Angelo Meyer. Bubble screen, watch out, McNabb has space. Stiff arm near the 20 and tight-roping his way to the 11. McNabb making the early impact as a true freshman. Meyer back in. Hit down by the boundary corner. Not a ton of creation going on there. 3rd and 6 for Ogbonna as he sails it over the head of Joshua Bloom. Should have been a touchdown, and he just completely missed the mark. We're seeing those freshman mistakes show up on occasion. It's a 20-7 game as we tack on a field goal, and Earl Ware picks up 8 yards. UConn needs some third down conversions, and they get one here. A big run from Ware to the 37. 42 yards on the ground. Empty for the Huskies. DeMarco has time and settles it down, getting up to the 45. Allowing the offense to stay more on schedule. 3rd and 2, it's not gonna happen. Leon Edmonds, so good already as a redshirt sophomore. Gets it back for the offense again. McNabb lets it bounce and it rests. And he thought about it, but decides not to take a chance there, apparently. Huskies down it at the 2. Carlos Harms is the running back. He is the power specialist. And they create some room for him as he gains 8. Haven't seen too much of Harms this season, but he runs it right up the middle for maybe 1. Meyer returns on 3rd down. straight ahead and gets just enough. Feels like we're earning everything in the running game right now. This is Bloom now. Nice run of 8 yards. 3 running backs to carry on this drive. You know I love that. 3rd and 2. Right to Ebikadi for the first down. Starting simple on this drive to get some breathing room. Now it's a screen that the Huskies read and stop. It's a loss of 5. Meyer remains in the game, picks up pressure, and here's Ogbonna. Hasn't passed the line, and now does, angling out of bounds at the 32. 34 yards rushing for Ogbonna. 3rd down, Uconn brings 4. Good protection, it's going deep, caught by Trejo, behind the defense, and he's got the touchdown. They missed their chance against Michigan, but not here. David Ogbonna's first deep ball connects. 68-yard touchdown with the Huskies relying on single coverage. We finally found our chance and now set up to go for 2. As Ogbonna finds Bloom and it's in. 28-7, Bulls rolling here at home. A minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Huskies have struggled all day offensively, but now find perhaps their best play. Earl Ware into the secondary for a big gain. Best play since their long touchdown, of course. Ware carries, and coming downhill to meet him is Meekins. Start of the 4th opens with a pass, and it's contested by Buffelli. That's where he's excellent. Anything inside 15 yards. 3rd down pressure doesn't get there, allowing Uconn to move the sticks. A rare 3rd down conversion. They'll need a few more of those. Wide open grab now. Taken inside the 25. Reyna goes over 100. They're starting to put together a good drive here. Play action. Plenty of time. And now it's turning into a game of 7-on-7. Buffalo not creating nearly the same pressure. Running with Ware, straight ahead. These last couple yards will have to be earned. 3rd and goal, they head to the air. DeMarco, all the way out and knocked away. Artie Ernsberger forces 4th down. Uconn trying to put this in the end zone, and Ware is across. Uconn runs it in to make this a 14-point game. Can they get the big defensive stops now that can open the door? Buffalo hasn't been tremendous running the football today or last week. And they'll start in the air, hitting Ebikadi. Gains about 6 yards. 244 in the air for Ogbonna. This is 3rd down. Meyer wrapped up in a good spot, 1st down. 8 defenders crowd the box. And it's dumped off to Morgan Scarborough. Good counter by the Bulls. 1st down. We have a lot of different RPOs we can break out when we need to. At the 43 now. Meyer across the 45. Here's that double tight end pistol look with Carlos Harms. Harms finds space. Runs through a defender and has the 1st down. You don't want to be in harm's way. They just wall off a good portion of this defense and give Harms a chance to hit top speed. To the 39. It's a play fake. Nice ball from Ogbonna. Hits Ebikadi at the 33. 8-man box again on 3rd down. And there's more motion. What do they have here? Standing in, Ogbonna deep and off the mark for Trejo. And that'll bring on the field goal team for a 3-possession game. It's a 50-yard try. Prasmanis drills it. Buffalo up 17 with only a handful of minutes remaining. Uconn needs 3 scores in 5:10. DeMarco with time, swings it out. Good grab made by Ware. And they really can't afford to let this clock run. 3rd down and 7. Protection holds up. Threading it through the defense is DeMarco. Perhaps his best throw, as Joel Treggs now comes off. DeMarco across the middle. Buffalo's pass rush disappearing here in the fourth quarter. They continue to just send 4. Nice reception inside the 10. Buffalo not sending any pressure, content just letting the clock run. 10 yards out, open catch, touchdown Huskies. Frederick Melvin, the touchdown. He's one of their highest rated players, a 68 speed blocking tight end. 31-21. Huskies now looking for an onside kick to really make things interesting. It's a dribbler, and it's scooped up by Austin Harris. He had an issue with one of these kicks back in the first game of the year. He's been working on that apparently. Buffalo football, Meyer is taken down after 3 yards. At the very least, we're not seeing too many negative plays. 3rd down and 7. Meyer again gets wrapped up, and we've hit the 2-minute timeout. Buffalo will punt, not trying a 55-yard field goal. Forcing Uconn to drive a little bit further in case they were to miss it. 10-point game. They do have all their timeouts still and continue to hit completions that will stop the clock. Huskies did burn a timeout already. From the 30, that is jumped and intercepted! Jeremy Carruthers to the end zone. And that should be the dagger in this one. Buffalo back up by 3 possessions. Jeremy Carruthers reads this and just breaks on the football. He sold out to make this play. And the transfer from Iowa State has been a great addition to this secondary. 17-point game again. DeMarco's throw is at the grass. Here from the 26, he's going to take a chance downfield again. They keep picking on Buffelli. And it's another deep touchdown for Amari Reyna. I think the issue is we have to get out of some of these match coverages, especially when the slot is going to carry someone vertical like that. It's not where we want Buffelli playing at all. We can clean that up with just play calling. Buffalo recovers a second onside kick and are trying to finish this game. Uconn emptying out the timeouts. A first down would end it. Harms, nice little sidestep and gets close to the marker. A first down could close it up here. 3rd and 1. Harms to the outside. Goes down and has enough. Buffalo will start 1-0 in the MAC Conference. 38-28 is the final. Very solid win for the Bulls. They put up a more consistent offensive effort, and despite the running game not being where we want it, it wasn't necessarily a bad day running. We just didn't get Meyer going, but for the second straight week, very productive in the passing game. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. We're getting a lot of yards without having to take a lot of risks in the offense. We found a lot of success using RPOs and throwing many of those for first downs in this game. The defensive numbers will look really bad having given up 2 of those long balls, but I do think it just comes down to calling the right styles of these cover 4 plays, and the match coverage has really hurt us a number of times. But overall, pretty happy with the game. A little confused, why we're not being a little more productive with Meyer. He didn't force a lot of missed tackles today or create a lot of extra yards, but this was expected to be a pretty good defense, and they were tough. For 3 quarters in this game, I thought our pass rush did a good job of at least causing disruption and forcing Uconn into a lot of failed 3rd downs. As we move on to our next week, we add on to this recruiting class, and this is a huge addition. Tight end Nelly Jarrell is a 4-star gem, vertical threat from the Big Apple pipeline. He's from New Jersey with 85 speed, 83 catching, solid route running. The catch in traffic I would like a little bit more of, but I think he will be a true freshman contributor. Here's the battle for DeMarco Lacombo, the number 1 player in the class. We are still his top option. And we have figured out what his likely top 3 focuses are, and none are above a B. Have to hope that no one fits him perfectly and can make up a lot of ground in a little bit of time. He will visit, though, next week in Week 5. A lot of these battles look good, but some maybe not so much. Ohio State way out in front for Gostkowski there at receiver, a player I really wanted to add. We're also falling behind in the battle there for Barco, the guard. Now here, out of pure desperation, I set up a visit for Gostkowski and pretty much immediately regretted it because I spent 40 points on a player whose decision will probably be made before the visit. I was trying to get a visit in before Ohio State, but we have a couple weeks to go before we even get there. I don't know if it's going to happen. Going back to the quarterbacks now, I put a few points into a couple 4-stars just to see where we'd land on the board, and it looks good enough to keep pursuing one of these 4-star players. So I scouted them to find out Brock Simonson is a bust. We are now focusing more on 4-star Karifi Jeffrey, and this is us trying to keep ourselves in a good spot if David Ogbonna does indeed choose the transfer after this season. I don't know what's going to happen there, but we need options. And I try to bring in a quarterback every year if possible. I did end up hard selling here for Gostkowski just to give us a chance in the next week or two, but I think Neil Gold is the best receiver we have a realistic chance of adding. In Week 5, we will be number 17, set up to take on Toledo. We are climbing up the top 25. We didn't even drop when we lost to the Wolverines. David Ogbonna does have that D grade for playing style, but we've had 2 games of only throwing for under 150 yards, and 2 games that would probably be good enough if those were average to make him want to stick around without the chance at transferring. I'm a little concerned with D'Angelo Meyer not having very efficient games these last few weeks. In that span, he has 62 carries with a long of 12 yards, and I expect him to be more of a big play running back. I felt like the running lanes were tough today, so we'll see what happens there, and I'll continue to work in the other running backs who I thought both Bloom and Harms had good moments in this last game today. Against Toledo, I'd like for us to find our running game as we do have DeMarco Lacumbo coming in for the visit. Can we leave a good impression on the number 1 prospect in all of recruiting? Toledo's got some talent on offense. They always do. They have great receivers like Melvin Vincent. And I'm excited to get into this next game and continue adding on to what we have going on this year. It really felt to me like that Michigan game was a bit of a turning point. Got our footing offensively, and then we build upon that here in this last game. Also want to clean up some things defensively and not give up those same big plays that we did today. What do you think about this team 4 games in? Are we building the right blueprint that can finally get us the postseason success that we've been lacking? Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and please hit that like button. Thank you for all your support in the Buffalo Bulls Dynasty. A whole lot more on the way, and I'll see you next time.